What's up, everyone? In this video, I just want to break down exactly how I make around $16,000 a month running newsletters. This is for anyone inside my Telegram. Appreciate you guys being here. I wanted to drop something that shows how the whole system works. So yeah, let's get straight into it. All right, so most people have no idea how this actually works. It seems kind of confusing at first, but I'll walk you through everything step by step. First, I use Beehive to run my newsletter, to send emails, grow the list, track statistics, and all that shit, you know. And then I use either Beehive Boost or SparkLoop to monetize with recommendations. I switch between the two depending on which one has better newsletters to promote, right? And I'll explain exactly how that works, like right now. So the three ways I make money: Beehive Boost or SparkLoop, sponsors, and my own products. First, I'll cover Beehive Boost or SparkLoop, which is the recommendations thing I was talking to you about. So let me show you how this works. Let's say you subscribe in my newsletter, right? You enter your email, click subscribe, and then right after that, you'll see this pop-up that shows a bunch of other recommended newsletters. If you click and subscribe to any of those, I get paid, usually around $1 to $4 per subscriber, depending on the newsletter and how much they pay me. And also, you don't have to buy anything. It's literally just a one-click opt-in, which is pretty crazy, right? The only thing is that some newsletters set conditions like maybe the user has to confirm their email or like open at least one email before I get paid, which kind of sucks, but like even with that, you can still make really good money and it won't ruin your conversion rate or anything. That pop-up is powered by Beehive or SparkLoop. And another good thing about this is that you don't have to manage any of those deals manually. Beehive and SparkLoop do it for you. They're literally the middleman. The second way I make money is through sponsors. Beehive has a built-in ad network, so when you hit a certain size, they'll match you with brands and they pay based on clicks. Here's an example. This one pays $1.50 per click. Estimated payout is like $78, and this really depends on the audience size, right? The bigger your audience, the more you'll make. And sometimes brands will also reach out to you directly, and in that case, you can charge anywhere from $10 to $200 CPM. But yeah, sponsors work really well if your list is engaged, and I'll explain how I keep it that way in a second. The third way is just selling my own stuff. Courses, softwares, sometimes even services, but that's pretty rare. Now let's get into how I grow my list. There's two ways you can do this: organic or paid ads. First, I will cover organic. When I started out, I was posting memes and advice on TikTok and Instagram, just relatable content and stuff. And all of it sent people to a freebie, like a course or whatever it may be. And for them to get the freebie, they had to subscribe to my newsletter. Then they'd see the pop-up with recommended newsletters on the one I just told you guys about, right? And if they subscribed, I get paid. Usually I'd get like a 20 to 30% conversion rate. So for every 100 people that join my list, maybe 20 to 30 of them would actually get me paid. The second method is paid ads, which is usually Facebook ads or meta ads, whatever you want to call them. It's basically the same process. You send people to a freebie or sometimes directly to the newsletter. And here I have some examples of creatives. These are meme ads. This one's like a notes style ad, and this one's just authority positioning. All of them lead to the same flow. Person subscribes, they see the recommended newsletters, and I get paid if they subscribe. What I actually send, I send emails 2 to 3 times a week. And these aren't just like little memes or short tips, right? You're supposed to send actual value, like let's say 2 to 5 minute reads. And each one should feel like you're actually helping the readers out, giving them free value basically, like a breakdown story or lesson, if you know what I mean. I write super casually, just like I'm talking, but I still structure it so it hooks people, teaches them something, and builds trust. And near the end, I usually promote a sponsor, affiliate offer, or one of my products, but the focus is always value first. If you write shitty emails, your list will eventually die. People will stop opening and sponsors will stop paying you because you have a bad open rate. All right, and this is also a very important part. Retention, deliverability, and making sure you actually build a long-term business, because making money with newsletters isn't just about growing the list or getting sponsors. If your emails don't land, you don't get opens. And if you don't get opens, you don't get clicks, right? And if you don't get clicks, your sponsors won't pay. So I send emails consistently because you don't want your list to forget about you. Even if you're not promoting anything, just send a fucking email. I also clean my list once every 30 days. I've set up an automation for that. And I deliver real value because I actually want people to stay. If you do this right, people will start to look forward to your emails. And once you build that trust, monetization is really easy. All right, that's pretty much it. If you made it to this point, I fucking respect it. You're one of the few people who actually care enough to watch. So here's something I'll do as a reward for sticking to this whole video. You can message me directly on Telegram and ask me anything about newsletters. And I'll literally help you guys out at no cost for free. I'll also keep dropping more guides and methods here in this channel. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.